So today looks like we're gonna do a demo here on the Canon T7i versus the Lumix G7. Gonna show some different colors, kind of give you a feel for the reproduction of the colors here. Kind of showing some of the black levels and the autofocus. They're very similar, actually. Now this is being shot in 1080p at 60 frames per second. I noticed the Canon tends to be a little bit darker. The Lumix tends to brighten things up a bit. Now whether that's good or bad, that's personal preference, obviously. Now these are both set in the auto mode. Everything's auto here. Now the Lumix does seem to struggle a bit to focus on those letters. The Canon has that dual pixel, which is extremely good. Now we're going to go into a darker situation here, a little bit, well, actually quite a bit darker. Just kind of seeing how it focuses in some darker lights. Now again, the Lumix kind of brightens it up a bit, but it seems to struggle kind of picking up the focus a little. And that's just some basic lighting there. Yeah, I mean, all in all, I'd say combined they're fairly similar. Like I said, the Canon's a little darker. All right, now here's the bodies of them. Extremely similar. Button layouts, very similar. There's some minor differences. Got a few more buttons. Here's the mic port on this. You know, the buttons are slightly different, but at least it has a mic jack, so you can add the mic. This one is the 14 by 140 millimeter lens, the more expensive version. But this Panasonic Lumix G7 is one of the lower priced cameras that has the 4K and the flip out screen. Very, very similar. I'd say the biggest difference is the obvious. It's a mirrorless and it's a 4/3 crop sensor. Now here, look at this here. The battery is underneath there with the SD card. Kind of an odd placement. A lot of people will say that. That has a lot. It gets really weird when you want to pull the SD card out and you got it on a tripod, which I did have it, so I had to dismount it. But all in all, it's a great little camera. Very similar. Now here's one issue I did have with it. If you look here, you can see it. All the buttons are very similar. I'll go into the issue in a second here, but yeah, almost identical layout. Some minor differences. One thing I did notice for sure is that the Lumix's screen actually tended to be a little bit brighter, and the viewfinder has this kind of like cool airplane type leveling system. I can't describe it. It's really neat. But the entire flip screen on the Lumix is glass from corner to corner, as you can see there. It makes it look bigger when it's on. It does seem slightly bigger, but very similar. And like I said, it is a little bit brighter. The Lumix definitely was a little bit brighter. Now here it's got the Wi-Fi 4K. That is, that's a huge selling point. Now I'm going to shoot a 4K video next. And I'm going to shoot some 4K with the Lumix and post it just to give you an idea. So if you want to see that, if you want to see what it looks like, then look for it. I'm going to post that after this post. But yeah, all in all, extremely similar size, weight. Not much differences at all. Now here's the issue I was talking about. Right here, this grip. For whatever reason, the Canon grip is really strong. It feels like it just sticks to your hand, and the Lumix just feels like it's going to fall out of your hand. It's very small at I noticed it instantly as soon as I picked it up that it just didn't fit in my hand like this does, and this just kind of stays in and is so comfortable, and I could walk with it just dangling in my fingers, where the Lumix, it's gonna fall out. Now maybe it's better for somebody with smaller hands. I have average hands, and as you can see, it's just, I think they could have made that grip a little bit bigger, but it's pretty solid made. Neither of these are weatherproof or waterproof, just keep that in mind. As far as price points go, I don't know, the G7's, it's a little bit older. They got the G85 now, but the G7 shoots beautiful pictures, almost identical pictures. I mean, the pictures don't really get much different. The video, as you saw there, I mean, you could decide with it which one you like better, but it's definitely a good option. And the stock with the kit lens is extremely cheap right now. I think it's under $500 or something. So yeah, this is a great alternative if you don't want to go the route of the. Alright, so hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please give us a like, and don't forget, please subscribe to our channel. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming out.